It is night 2 of we spent $33 with a budget of $40 for the week using the few items we have in our pantry, not touching the like restock pantry that is downstairs that has like the stuff I've canned or like extra cereal and pasta, and well, back up. Hello. Hi, I'm Lara. I'm a mess. My house is a mess, probably. I am doing this. I went to Smith's, Kroger, and I spent $33. And my goal is to see how many times or how many dinners I can make out of those items that I purchased. But I left myself like $7 just in case I needed to go get something else, or if not, I have $7 for next week, right? I am allowing myself to use what I have upstairs. I do have like overstock of stuff downstairs. I canned a bunch of stuff. Until recently we got WIC, so we have a lot of extra cereal because you get, I thought that was my hair, but it's the mirror. You get a ton of cereal, because I had 2 kiddos on it, and we got a ton of oatmeal and cans of stuff. So that's all downstairs. I'm only using what's upstairs, and that's anything opened or in my fridge that's open, like condiments, stuff like that. But I'm only allowing myself one item-ish, not much, per dinner, because my thought is if you were in the same situation where you had $40 to feed your family of 5, I gotta change my shirt. Hold on, I'm looking like I just crawled out of a hole. Okay, I'm back. I have a much nicer outfit on now. I look much more professional. I don't know what I was saying. So it isn't going to be like you have absolutely nothing and you're trying to feed your family for $40 with like restarting life situation where you have absolutely nothing. This is if you have this amount of money and you need to fix dinner, and at the end of the week you're left with remnants of stuff, or a can of soup, or a can of beans, or you know what I mean? Like you have all this random stuff, but you still have to buy groceries because it's not really, I don't know what's going on. It's not really going, like you could, but you can't type of a thing. So this is what I found. I'm like digging. Hey, Sherman, go lay down, please. Nobody wants your click clacks. So Josh got called out 5 times today. 5. And every time he gets called out, it counts as 5 hours, even if it's an hour. Like it's usually like 45 minutes to an hour, but that's 25 extra hours. But he has to keep going and coming, so we're going easy. So we're just gonna make some nachos, and normally I would want like tomatoes on it, or we don't have that. So showing you what we got. I took half of the ground beef. So this is about 10 ounces of meat. I'm going to use my taco seasoning that I got. Sorry. I'm kind of far away. The littlest one didn't eat last night really. She had a few bites. So she still has her oranges, and then we're going to use 1 apple. And let me turn you just a little bit so I don't have to like keep going like that. So we're going to say that, because that Dollar Tree cheese doesn't melt. So we took 2 more of our dollars. So we're at 35 now, and we went and got some mozzarella. I didn't, because I already had mozzarella, because I have a ton of cheese from Thanksgiving because I was in charge of mac and cheese. So we're just going to pretend that this is an 8-ounce block for $2. So we're at 35. Sorry, I thought this would work better, but it's not. I had these lentils in my pantry. I used 1/2 cup, and I just put some beef bouillon in there, and I cooked those. They're right there. We're already done cooking those because I started dinner and then he got called out. I actually found this. I didn't even know I had it in there, so we're gonna use some of this onion. And I found this. It's not even, I think that piece that I found last night must have fallen off of this. I have some lettuce that is kind of kind of gross on one side. So we're going to use what we can, because probably everyone at the end of the week has something like that. And then last week I made birria, and then I had Josh stop and get cilantro for me, and they were 3 for $1. So I have a ton of cilantro right now. And then I have some balsa packets. Do I wish, like I said, we had more veggies tonight? Yes, but sometimes when you don't have a lot of money, you don't have a lot of veggies. I try to put veggies in everything. I can't always make it happen. I can show up in my professional attire, but I can't always promise a veggie. At least we have some lettuce. Okay. I'm going to chop my onion and my things, get my life together, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just have a little bit of oil in this, just a little bit, because this meat is 80-20, so it's gonna have a little bit more fat, and we can use that. So I have this much of the onion left. I use maybe a third-ish, and then this much of the garlic left. So we're just gonna soften these. My spoon. I was like thinking of all the things I was going to talk about, and no, I don't remember any of them. There was a comment about Kroger having a free toilet paper this weekend. They usually do like a once a month free item, and then they do a weekend one. But the weekend one, you have to spend $30. But if you do it and you overlap with what you're going to buy for the week, you could potentially get your one for the month plus the weekend one. Sometimes I don't find it worth it. Last week I think it was a box of oat milk or something, and I didn't need to go grocery shopping, so I didn't plan it. But if that's something that you would use, then that'd be good. The toilet paper is great. I think it's like 12 rolls or something. It's a big one. And I think that the one that you get monthly kind of just goes, I don't know how they pick that, because this is the first time I've gotten chips. I used to just get juice and oatmeal or cereal, which I have a lot of, so that was not what I needed. So just gonna cook this. What do you put on your nachos? My sister likes to put apple and feta on hers, which I find interesting. But then my other sister likes to dip chocolate chip cookies in, I was looking at my stomach, in nacho cheese sauce. I think the reason why is because I'm like this while I'm cooking. Because I'm like, I look at the recording and I'm like, really? Seriously? I don't know. Anyways, just suck it in. Let's add in this garlic. And I did a little bit more garlic than normal because the littlest one just needed cuddles all day. She just got over what we all had, and now she has some kind of stomach thing and does not feel good, and she pooped on her dad. So thankfully I was doing something else and I didn't get the poop this time. But that's the kind of day it's been. It's just been one of us holding her while the other one does things or has to go into work. And the reason why he gets paid for 5 hours is because he has to go in and pull the parts for things that are being built if they run out, if production runs out. So it could be like a really long list and it might take a lot of time, but generally it's like a screw or a bolt or a can of paint, and then he gets paid for 5 hours. But it's always crazy because he already had 3 call-outs this week since Tuesday, so now he's at 8 call-outs times 5 is $40 extra. I mean 40 extra hours, not dollars. $40 extra, which will mean that Friday is double time and a half, which is pretty awesome right before Christmas. Finished all my shopping. I'm very excited. Everything is done. She's coming back. So these are actually they're in like 5-ounce packs. And I just cut the package in half for tonight. The look on his face makes me think that there was another tummy problem. Okay. And you know how to cook ground beef, probably, or ground meat. If you don't have a Smith's or a Kroger or a deal like this, there's also ground turkey, I believe, for $2 at Walmart. I've seen a lot of people use that in cooking. And I think that I might do, I don't like this shirt either, super high neck. Try to do the 3 reverse pantry challenge again. Last year I didn't really do it. But I loved getting rid of all the random stuff this summer while I wasn't really cooking, like just the random jar of this and bag of that. And you're like, oh, I'm going to eat this one day, and then you never do for some reason, and then you have a shelf of randomness. I'd like to get rid of all that stuff so it doesn't go to waste. That is broken up. So, like I said, I cooked my lentils already. I did a half of a cup, and I cooked it in a little bit of beef stock. And I'm going to throw it in while there's like juices and stuff so it can flavor it even more. That's what that looks like. I just drained them. And that's going to be our extra protein. Because honestly, with ground beef, I feel like you can never tell that there's lentils. But this is what I do. So that they can't really tell I'm mashing. We're going to use the other kind of masher. But I feel like then they all kind of blend together. And then nobody knows. And they get digest better, I feel like. It's cooked. I'm going to throw in a little bit of water. And turn this down. Throw in this taco mix. And we're just going to mix that up, and then we'll taste it and see if it needs any salt or pepper or extra garlic or onion. I'm going to put a little more water because it's still a little not wanting to de-chunk. I'm just going to set it aside, and I'm going to turn you down again. So I went through the lettuce, and I washed it. I'm going to take, oh, that one's not good. Okay. I'm going to take off some of these big chunky pieces at the bottom. And I'm going to try to use, can we not like be at that exact angle? As much of it as I can. Because it's the vegetable we have. And it's not much. And I actually have a little bit more left, but I wanted to save that. I'm going to wrap this in a paper towel because I want it to be a little bit more dry before I cut it. I have my baking sheet with my lined thing. Chips. Okay, maybe we'll just do 7 or 6 for right now because I can't really fit much more in here. And then that means we have 2 ounces left. Look, we'll be precise and everything. Look at that. 6 ounces. I had to get a second opinion. We're going to do chips, cheese, meat. So this is what we're working with. Cheese. I don't want to waste any. You can pick it up off of this silicone thing, so if it falls, that's okay. There. Perfect. Throw that. I'm going to throw these in the oven for just a minute to melt the cheese. Well, some of my chips got a little crispy, but that's okay. That's fine. They won't even know.
Hello?
There's not a ton of anything left. This is not a dinner where you will probably have extras. Let me show you what everything, don't cheat. So I had my cut up veggies. There's a little bit left, like there's enough for one little serving. This is the big kids. I do have some sour cream in the fridge she can put on if she wants. And the salsa. The 2 little kids. And one of them will eat lettuce. The other one, not really, so I didn't even bother. But it's a really decent sized portion, and there's a lot of the meat lentil mixture. And they have apples and oranges. And then for ours, they look the same. Anybody who's been here for a minute knows I always have jalapenos. So I cut up 1 small jalapeno and a bunch of the carrots just for some extra. I know they're pickled, but at least it's something for the top. So it has lettuce, cilantro, the meat mixture, and then the jalapenos. And then you can put that on if you'd like. That's dinner. It's not anything fancy. I'm not even going to taste it. I think you know what Doritos and cheese taste like. But it is nutritious with the lentils. We made it a little bit healthier. We made it a little more protein packed. We did what we could with what we have. And that is all that matters. Because sometimes, jalapeno on my hand. Sometimes you're just trying to get bellies fed and keep them full as long as you can. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.